Hi everybody, it's Kristin, and I have a tag video for you today. My friend Alex from Monsieur Alex, I believe is how you pronounce his channel name, tagged me to do this. He and I just kind of met, so to speak, a few months ago, and we really have got along very, very well. I'm going to link his channel below. You should check him out. If you guys think I'm rough on your wallet, you should check out his channel. He is very, very well versed in higher end makeup, very informed. He makes good informed decisions and brings that information to us, so he's awesome. So I will link him below. And Alex, thank you so much for tagging me. So this is the Great Expectations tag. I listened to his questions, or to his video, and I think I've seen one or two other people do this so far. But I didn't really plan out answers to these questions, as I generally like to do with most tags. I like them to kind of come off the cuff. So I just printed out the questions. I have them here, and we're going to go from there. So number one is the beauty bad habit to get rid of for 2013. I think that for me, that is probably not something that I need to get rid of so much as I need to make sure that I do, and that is to wear an SPF every day. I have the primer that I generally wear has SPF in it. I know that's not enough. I know I need to use, so I need to be on a mission this year to find one that I like for my skin. So that's number one. Number two, beauty secret to add this year. That probably is more of a beauty secret that I'm going to add to this year. The other thing is I love to buy highlighters, but I rarely wear them. So I really want to try to, and I've been doing pretty well so far, make sure that I'm wearing a highlighter, you know, most of the time. Number three, last year's beauty favorite. I feel like I've talked about this so much that you guys are just going to roll your eyes. But Hourglass Veil Primer, I just feel like this has changed how everything applies. I mean, you know, really your primer and foundation are the base for everything else, and if that doesn't look good, nothing else is going to look good in my opinion. So this has made such a huge difference for me, and at least it gives me an SPF of 15. Okay, number four, beauty or body goal for 2013. Okay, I had to pause and think about that for a minute. I would say, you know, my body goal is, most of you know that I have had gastric bypass surgery, so I've kind of been stagnant for a year. I need to get back on the stick and not be stagnant. So that is, we're just going to go with, that's my body goal for the year. I don't know that I necessarily have a beauty goal for the year. Aside from maybe finally finding a product that will contour these bad boys. Okay, number five, last year's biggest fashion mistake. And I'm not sure, I'm not certain if this is supposed to be a fashion mistake that I made or a fashion mistake out in the world, but I'm going to say out in the world because I'm not like super fashionable or anything. But neon. Really? I was in the 80s. It wasn't good then and it's not good now. So that's what I'm saying. Number six, this year's fashion trend prediction. I honestly don't know. I'm really not like, I'm having a birthday in a few weeks that is going to put a 4 in front of my number, and thus I'm not so trendy. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer to number six. Number seven, this year's fashion must-have. Well, I guess I don't know, but I can tell you that the Pantone color that they picked is like an emerald green, from what I understand. I've not actually seen the Pantone color, but I love jewel tones and I love emerald green, so I'm excited about that, and I will get something, I would imagine, from that. I think that was number 7. I think it was on number 7. So this year's fashion must-have, is that what that was? But yeah, I'll get something in that emerald green because I love jewel tones. Navy blue, burgundy, hunter green, emerald green. Love it. And number 8, last year's happiest moment or biggest achievement. For me, I don't know if this is supposed to be beauty-wise, but I think last year's happiest moment was when my niece was born, Maggie. I've talked about her here and on my vlog channel quite a bit. Her first birthday is here in just like a week or so. I've really enjoyed the year with her. I've done a lot. She's showed up in a lot of vlogs on that channel, and she's just, you know, I love all of my nieces and nephews, and you know, she's been the light of this year for me. That, and also I really enjoyed, I've talked about this before as well, my trip to Chicago where I met a bunch of other YouTubers. I just had so much fun. It was great to meet a whole bunch of people in one space that love makeup as much as I do. You know, we're kind of kindred spirits in that, so I very much enjoyed that trip. Number 9, last year's biggest challenge. So I would say last year's biggest challenge was balancing this YouTube channel, my vlog YouTube channel, and just life in general. I make it a point to interact with you guys. I think it's important that I answer every comment. I'm really getting to the point where I'm not sure how often or how long I'm going to be able to do that anymore, especially on both channels. I find that it takes up a couple of hours each day to do that, but I really feel like it's important, and I feel like I'm friends with you guys. So I don't want to not answer comments, if that makes sense. So that's probably been the biggest challenge for me, is balancing, you know, YouTube channels, work, personal life, that kind of thing. I think that I've done all right, but I think that was absolutely my biggest challenge, but I enjoyed the challenge. Okay, number 10, this year's key resolution. I'm going to just go with kind of what I would call a fluff resolution. So I'm going to do one that has to do with beauty. I do have probably some others for myself that are for me and not for the whole world to know about. But I would say this year's key resolution is to try to jump out of my comfort zone a little bit. Use a little more color on my lips, as I did today, which I'll tell you in a second what's on my face. Use a little bit more color in my eyes, not crazy, because of course generally 5 days out of the 7 I'm going to work, and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's probably my key resolution beauty wise, is to add a little more color into my world. And number 11, any motto or advice for this year? I mean, who am I to give anybody advice? But you can jump out of your comfort zones with me if you want. I am a neutral girl. What can I say? I like my neutrals. But anyway, okay. We've moved on to number 11, which is any motto or advice. One of my subscribers, whose name is Stacy, she put this phrase in one of my comments. She's like, this reminds me of you. And it was Victor Borga who said this. And if you guys don't know who Victor Borga was, he was real popular, you know, a while back. He played piano phenomenally, but he had an art for comedy, and he would go around and do shows. I actually was lucky enough to see one of his shows. So I bet if you typed in Victor Borga, you would find him, and I'll list him below. But he used to say, the closest distance between two people is a smile. And that would be my advice to you, is that put a smile on your face. I'm always smiling, generally. I've had lots of people nickname me Smiley and other things that have, you know, like that, you know, throughout my life. I don't know, I'm just always generally a happy person. So I would say, if you're having a bad day, try to put a smile on your face. Truly, if you laugh or smile at somebody else and that brings a smile to their face, it will make you happy. So there you go. That's my motto or advice for the year. So this is a fun tag. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. He tagged a whole bunch of people, so I'm not going to necessarily tag anybody. But if you want to do this, please do it. And then video response it to me, and I will watch it and approve it, of course. So thank you so much for watching. If you don't want to see what's on my face, and if you do want to see what's on my face, I'll run it down very quickly for you. Today I have Loreal True Match. This is one of the things I'm trying to use up. I'm getting there. It's almost gone. To set that today, I broke out. Because I bought this blush, it reminded me that I have this powder, and this is the Halo powders from Smashbox, which I used to always use. So, and it's got good color in it, like the Laura Mercier. So I decided I wanted to break that out and try to use this up. It doesn't have the luminosity of the Laura Mercier. It's definitely more matte. So if you are oily, you might want to try this. I remember I used to use it all the time. So anyway, that's what I have on my face, or as my setting powder, Too Faced bronzer, and Chocolate Soleil. Goodness gracious. And then I have again the Smashbox Halo blush, which looks like this, and it's like that kind of a blush that I showed in my haul. And this is in Warm Glow. I will do a review on this for you guys. On my eyes today, I just have MAC Quite Natural as my base. And then over top, I used some Bobbi Brown shadows. I used Taupe on the lid and into the crease. And then I just used Rich Brown to deepen things up a little bit. And I used Flesh as my transition color. I used 24/7. I used the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil and Demolition as my liner up top. And on my lips today, I'm wearing Rebel. I'm trying, I really am. Oh, speaking of, for anybody who's still watching, I had said that I have 24 MAC lipsticks, and that I was going to challenge myself to do, 24 lipsticks in 24 days. So I'm wondering what the best way to do that is. I think a video on that would be really long with me talking about 24 lipsticks. So I'm wondering if I should just do it on Instagram, if you guys would want to see it there. So let me know your thoughts on that. So anyway, I have Rebel, which looks like this. Prissy always does this. I'm going to try to remember to show the lipstick and the swatch at the same time. Good idea, Prissy. And this is what's on my lips. And then I just feel like it needs a little something, because it's a satin, but I feel like when I use it as a stain, because I didn't go full on Rebel, I kind of dotted it and then smooshed it in with my pinky. I use the NYX, I think it's in Juicy Pink. Yeah, Juicy Pink over top. And I really like how the shine that they give it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you have a great day. If you have any questions, leave them below, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.